I'm Clara Yusai from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I'm just going to go on my live, make sure it's there. Yes, it is. Great. So, welcome to Psychic Cafe. So what I'm going to do is go deeper into the daily read. So if you haven't seen the daily read already, it's on my YouTube channel. Go deeper into the energies there of the daily read, pick out some more cards about what's going on today. I've also picked out a card from one of Colette Baron Reid's decks to give us a bit more focus for the day. I'm going to pick out my cards for the day, and then I'm going to do readings for all of you that are on here live with me. So welcome to Psychic Cafe. Here's the card for the day. We've got Sisters of the Seasons. So this is about flowing with the seasons, about divine order, cycles that we go through. And it's about flowing with it. So that everything's in divine order and we can flow with it. So I kept on hearing when I picked this card, this too shall pass, Things change. It's funny because the daily read was all about taking risks. It's about taking action, forgiving ourselves for action that we've taken in the past. Maybe that action didn't fulfill our expectations. Forgiving ourselves for that, but then trying again because it's a different season now. It's like if you planted a seed in winter and expecting it to grow, that it wouldn't grow. And then, feeling down on yourself and thinking that there's something wrong with you and thinking, I'm never going to plant a seed again. And, like that, instead of realizing that timing just wasn't right, it was in the wrong season. And so this is about divine timing too. It's about not dictating when and how things happen, but flowing with those seasons too, because there's a bigger picture. There's always other people involved. In any kind of manifestation, there's other people involved. And so the universe wants what's best for everybody. And maybe other people need to be ready first. Maybe whatever it is that you want to do needs to be aligned with when other people want to receive it or something like that. So it's good for a lot of people, not just for you. So you never know the rhyme or reason why things are delayed or why it's not the season for it. But it's not good to doubt yourself in that. So let's have a look at what Colette Baron Reid says about this one. Sisters of the Seasons. When the Sisters of the Seasons meet you on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing for the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. Divine appropriate timing is guiding your desires into perfect manifest form. This is a very good period to start new things as you've moved out of winter into the beginning of spring. Continue with patience and be aware of the rhythms of your opportunities. There will be periods when things slow down and begin anew, move into fruition and then slow down again in a never-ending natural flow. Be mindful of which sister greets you, for she points directly at the next. Every moment counts now. So another message for this is go with what's flowing in your life. I see this with so many people getting readings, is that you might be wanting to move ahead on your career, but the universe keeps on putting people to have relationships with you. Or you might be focused on relationships, and the universe keeps on putting your health in front of you to deal with. Or you might be just focused on being healthy, and the universe is trying to get you to work on your career, So whatever is flowing, whatever aspect of your life is flowing, it's good to flow with that because that's the season that you're in. I've seen that in clients too. Is that say they want to start their own business. Yet they're in these really disempowered relationships all the time. And it's like, it's not a match. It's not a match. You can't be that person. And so if you want to start a business, the universe directs you to your relationships all the time. Take a look at this relationship. And it's like, no, but I want to be focused on business. It's like, but look at the relationships you're in, you know? And so sometimes we don't see clearly how the flow, how it is that we need to balance that up or what it is that we need to change. But if we just trust it anyway, just trust the universe knows what it's doing, then we can flow with it. We can flow with those seasons. Yeah, so the daily read is all about forgiving ourselves for past action we've taken so that we don't stop ourselves from taking risk again or taking action again, which feels risky because it didn't work last time, maybe. And actually taking that action, going toward what we want, focusing on what we want, allowing ourselves to be open to maybe it'll work this time. It's not always whatever we did was wrong. It might have just been wrong timing, or our energy might not have been right. Our energy is constantly in flux, or that vibration that we're putting out to the universe is constantly in flux. So doing something now that you did a year ago to have a completely different effect, depending on all kinds of things. And so it's good to keep on going for that. Also, in the energies today, it was about letting go of the old stories. So it's the same thing, really. Let go of the old stories, let go of the past. So flow with those seasons, be more flowing, more mutable, more flexible. So that's today, Sisters of the Seasons. Let's go deeper into the energies for today. So picking cards out to okay, so we've got face the situation and wake up. And so yesterday's card was about not for you. It was a bit of a warning. What are you doing? What do you keep on doing that's not working for you? This is the same. It's like face it and wake up to it. What are you doing that isn't working? So this is like the flip side of, again, this is the caveat. So yeah, if you've done stuff in the past and it didn't work, maybe it's time to let that go and try again because the seasons have changed. But some things are just stupid. Some things are just stupid. Some things you're just going around in the same patterns and it's not good for you. And this is about waking up to that too. So it's that balance again, exactly like we had yesterday. Yesterday was about reaching out and communicating your feelings, being authentic. But then the caveat card was like, not for you. But what if something's not for you? Like, obviously not for you. You're like trying to dig up the dad, you're trying to flog a dead horse. You're trying to communicate with someone that's not reciprocal at all. You're stalking someone that's taken an AVO out on you, It's like, if it's not reciprocal, let it go. This is kind of the same. If you keep on trying to do something that's not been working, maybe it's just stupid in the first place. Maybe it's just not for you in the first place. So face that and wake up to it if that is the case. Okay, deeper into the energies. I like this. Wait, is it true? This is like the decision between those two. Whether it's something you should try again, forgive yourself for in the past and then try again, or whether it's something that's just stupid. If you don't know the difference between them, it's just like, wait, ask yourself, is it true? We make up stories. We make up stories about relationships. So we think someone's the one for us. When we're not compatible, we're hardly compatible at all. When they're not invested in the relationship, when they're not on the same page, we make up all these stories, right? And it's not true. It's not even true. So you might be trying to move ahead with a relationship, and it's not even true. So this is like that face the situation and wake up. But if you're not sure if it's worth taking the action again, ask yourself, is it true? We lie to ourselves all the time, and we do that to try and convince ourselves that we're right. We want to be right. We want to be right about relationships. We want to see the positive in people. We want to see potential in people, in situations too, in jobs and things like that. How long do we stay in a job that we don't like? We don't like that much. It's not that good for us because we're trying to see the best in it. We're trying to stick with something. We're trying to stick it out and see if it's us. And this is the same way. Is it true? Is it true that it's for us? Is this actually a good match, or is there something way better for us? Is there something we could be choosing which is way better for us? So wake you up day today. Good thing I've got coffee. Okay. What else for today? Is anyone watching with me? Pop up a message, say hello, tell me where you're watching from. Oh, I've got 3 cards. Okay. Let's put these 2 together. So we've got mirror, reflection, and criticism. This came out a few days ago too. And we've also got be firmer. So mirror, reflection, and criticism. So when someone's criticizing you, it's mostly about them. It's about their state. It's about how they're criticizing themselves. It's their own judgments of themselves and other people. But there's an aspect of that criticism that is yours, especially if you're emotionally reacting to it. If you're not emotionally reacting to it, it's not yours at all. It's completely theirs. So, for example, if someone... Okay. That's a massive gecko. Never heard one of those before. It's called a take gecko. So, if someone was to call you an elephant, right, you wouldn't get upset because it's not true. There's not a part of you that believes that you're an elephant, and so you just think they're a crazy person. You just go, okay, and so that criticism would not be you. It would just be about them, thinking they're an elephant or something like that, right? But if they were to call you a cheat, and you emotionally react to that, like, no, I'm not, then there's something in it for you. So there's something that is a mirror reflection for you. And so there's part of you that believes that you're a cheat. And so this is about when you receive criticism, to just see if it's a mirror reflection, see if there's something that you need to accept about yourself. It could be that you need to accept that you're a cheat. Okay, I'm a cheat. And be firmer in that. So often it's what we're sensitive about that people will criticize us about, and then we react to it. Instead of desensitizing ourselves from it, just accepting that that's what we are. See, there's been some reactions to my fat loss coaching and my posts lately. Not a lot, but just a little bit. People saying, and I understand where they're coming from totally, that they're happy with it, the size that they are, and it's completely natural. It's not completely natural. When someone's overweight, that's not natural. People didn't used to be like that. But it's still that if I were to call that they see that as criticism. So they see that what I'm doing is criticism, whereas I'm trying to help people to be healthy. And it's not about criticism at all, but that's how they're taking it. And so that's because they're sensitive to it. So that they might be saying it's more important that I accept it, and it is. They're totally right on that. They're right. It's more important that I accept the size that they are, because they're not going to be able to change a thing until they do. But it's not right that it's natural that people are overweight. It's not. The body is in crisis actually when it's like that. It's very bad for the health. It's not a state that human beings used to be in before we kind of messed with the food in the last 100 years. It's even less than that. In fact, it's not even the last 100 years. It's even sooner than that. So it's a very recent thing that we've started damaging human bodies in this way. It's not a natural thing. But saying that it's very important that people do accept themselves as they are, and accept that they've got themselves where they are too, through no fault of their own too, through no fault of their own. It has been the guidelines that we all eat like we want to get fat. And if you follow the guidelines that has been in pretty much every country, you will get fat. And so the nutritional guidelines, that is, and even the losing weight guidelines too, that will make you even fatter. So that's an example. It's like when people are sensitive to something, you can take it as criticism when it's not even criticism. Like there's no way am I criticizing people for the way in what I'm doing. It's just something that I've done for myself, something that I've learned, something that is actually really easy once you know about it, and something that I've got to pass on. I can't keep this information to myself because it's so freeing for those that are ready, for those that have accepted themselves, for those that are loving themselves, for those that are ready to take care of their health and to lose that weight, to lose that fat and be really healthy and feel really good. So that's an example of how that criticism can be a mirror reflection of what's going on in ourselves. And how many times do we think we're being criticized just because someone said something and they're not actually criticizing us at all? We're just taking it that way because we're sensitive to it. So be aware of that today. Hey, chicken. Yeah, be aware of that today. Looks like we're having a quiet day on the live. I think this happened last Sunday too. Quiet Sundays. I'm going to pick out my cards for the day. Yesterday I posted all of the week ahead readings for each star sign. Have you checked yours out yet? Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Accept what is in connection. So all these connections that we have. I've got connections with many people. Some real strong connections with many people as well. And I too have made that mistake of thinking that they're romantic connections when they're not. But this is about accepting the connection that you feel, the attraction that you feel with people. And knowing that it's true, but it doesn't have to be what I was trying to make it into. Accept my connections for what they are. That's about letting people love you the way that they can love you too. So if someone's trying to love you by, say, giving you food, right? But then they can't talk to you on an emotional level, then why try to make them talk to you on an emotional level? Why not just receive the love that they're giving you by giving you food? Do you know what I mean? And so lots of people, we have a connection with lots of people, but it doesn't mean that they can provide everything for us. It doesn't mean that we should try and push them to be able to give us something that we want, like the love languages. It's like if one of your love languages is receiving gifts, you really like to receive gifts because that makes you feel loved. If someone else doesn't do that, if they're not a gift kind of person, if they show their love in the other way, well, just be okay with that. Receive it as they show it. Don't try and force them to give you gifts, otherwise they don't love you. Good to know your love languages, but not good to impose that on everyone else. It's like, it's good to know what your triggers are, but it's not good to impose that on everyone else too. Like telling everyone what your love language is, it's like, so you have to, everyone has to love me in this way, or like, this is what triggers me, and so nobody trigger me in this way. It's like, don't put it on other people. Allow what is. Allow people to love you as they can love you and as they do love you in whatever way they do. So it's about allowing those connections for me. Allowing the connections to be what they are. No more, no less. The reach out card. Reach out and include myself. I'm toying with the idea of not going to training. I keep on saying that so many mornings and then I do. Because it comes in the afternoon, it comes to time to go in the afternoon, I'm like feeling all ready to go. I was researching last night about overtraining. That is not even a thing. there's this concept of overtraining. And I wanted to know what it is because it's like, well, I'm training a lot. Like, when does it get to the point of overtraining? And what I found out is that overtraining is like a made-up thing. People have put a name to. It's when people aren't looking after themselves. It's when, burning the candles at both ends. It's when someone's working out a lot, but they're also running a business, working like 12 hours a day, then going to the gym, burning themselves out, and only sleeping like 4 hours. So it's not looking after your hormonal state, your stress state. It's not looking after yourself. So it's not really about training. It's just training is just one of the aspects of how you're overdoing it in your life completely. That's so not me. I'm so relaxed. I train hard, but I relax hard. And sleep has been a priority for me lately. So what I've been doing in the last couple of weeks is every evening I'm winding down. So the lights, once the sun's gone down, the lights are down low, I just have a lamp on. And I've tried not to use my phone so much, and my laptop so much. So the evenings have been when I've been like listening to YouTube videos. It's like my research time on stuff that I'm interested in, listening to things. But then the screen's on, the screen's on and it's emitting light and it disrupts your circadian rhythms and makes it hard to fall asleep. So I've been trying to do that less of that. And then yesterday what I heard, and it's such a good idea, and I did it last night, is switch your phone onto airplane mode. And so I did that about 9 o'clock, switched it onto airplane mode so you don't get the EMFs, because the EMFs are affecting you as well, affecting your circadian rhythms and affecting your sleep, giving you poor sleep. And just that, no messages coming through, nothing coming through on your phone. It was really nice. And then I switched it back on at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was so nice. And it meant, I think I woke up at 5:30 or something, and I went to the bathroom. And it meant that I could look at my phone to see what time it was. But not get involved in it, not see all the messages that had come through, and the orders and whatever, questions from customers and the stuff that is usually on my phone when it's connected to Wi-Fi. So that's a really good idea. I would recommend doing that. It worked really well for me last night. I have my phone set on silent every night anyway, from 10 till 7. But airplane mode is even better. And I must have gone to sleep at about 10 o'clock. And so, yeah, just having that last hour, that last waking hour of no screens really helped. And I slept for such a long time. I slept until 7 o'clock. So that's a top tip. So yeah, overtraining is when you're overdoing. It's not overtraining, it's overdoing life. It's not looking after yourself. And I'm not doing that. I'm getting great sleep now. I'm looking after my diet. I'm relaxed in my business, not overdoing my work. Plenty of rest. I have plenty of bodily rest the rest of the day. And yeah, so it's good that I don't need to worry about overtraining. Just keep on listening to my body. Okay, is there anyone on? Pop up a message, say hi. Tell me who you are, where you're from, where you're watching from. Because I can give you a reading if you want. But if there's nobody here or nobody wanting to say hello, I'm here, then we'll stop right now. That's the very first one. Today I will be making the general week ahead reading for all of the star signs. And I will be making the daily reads for this next week too. That's what I'm going to do this morning. And then I'm going to go to Newey's Bakery and have blueberry cheesecake and coffee for my breakfast, because I've been craving cheesecake for days now. And I've been eating 100% clean for over a week now, 8 days, I think. So nothing like that. And cheesecake is not too bad. It's not too bad. There's sugar in there. There'll be a bit of grains and stuff in the base of it or whatever. But a lot of it is the high-fat cheese stuff, which is good for me. And blueberries are good for me. I have blueberries every day, pretty much. So that's what I'm doing this morning. And then maybe I'll go training this afternoon. Probably will. Because that's what I do. Right. Nobody's here. I'm going to go about my day. Thank you for coming along, and anyone that's watching the replay, thank you for coming along. Thank you for your clicking likes on this video. I'll be here tomorrow doing the same thing over again. Hopefully there'll be other people with me so that I can actually read for them. If you'd like a private reading with me, I do those within 24 hours, send them out within 24 hours, often much faster than that. And the link for those is in the description box below. Also, check out my website, behealing.com. There's lots of good stuff on there, a blog that I've been keeping for many, many years. I've been doing this for a very long time, and those blogs are really helpful too. Oh, we've got somebody. Yes, you can ask a question. Jamia, go ahead, ask a question. Yes, on my website, you can check out my blogs. You can see the weekly read. How are you tonight? I'm very good, thank you. It's this morning for me. I want to ask about my BF name, Sam. He's Aries and his ex April. Are they seeing or talking to each other? Oh, I don't know. I don't do stuff like that. My readings are about your energy, your consciousness and your emotional energy, using that to create the life that you want. It's not about prying into others' lives or predictions or anything like that, the work that I do. It's very much about empowering you, helping you out with what you need to let go of, or maybe changes in belief patterns, maybe changes in your overall emotional patterns. Your predominant emotional energy is what you're attracting toward you, the law of attraction. And so that's what my work is about. I don't use my gift to play guessing games. I don't do it to pry into other people's lives. I don't do it to predict, because that can be quite dangerous, the prediction stuff. Dangerous because it puts beliefs into people's heads and then fixes them on a certain path, which isn't true. We've all got, what's the word I'm looking for? Free will. We've all got free will, and we're all creating our lives as we go. And so you've got complete control to focus on what you want to focus on. If you want to focus on the past relationship and what they're doing, you're wasting your life, really. Focus on your life and what you want. What kind of relationship do you want next? You're welcome, Jamie. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to make those videos, the daily reads. So thanks for your thumbs up on this video and for subscribing to my channel. I'll be doing this again tomorrow. I do this every day, unless I'm in consults with my clients. I do Skype sessions, breakthrough sessions with people. They tend to be around this same time in the morning. So if I'm in one of those, I won't be on this. And what else? Check out my videos. I've done, yesterday I posted all the week ahead readings for each star sign. Today I'm going to record the general one for everybody for the week ahead, and all of the daily reads too. So check out my daily reads. Really helpful for me, and really helpful for a lot of people too. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.